What is going on, guys? It's Matt here, and in today's video we are going to talk about what's going on. If you haven't heard, well, I did a new age test server stream yesterday, or when, depending on when you see this video, but I did it yesterday on November 10th, and there were a couple of things not right in the test server, as test server should be. I do want to preface that, this isn't like the final build that's going to go into the game. Things are subjected to change, but I feel like change doesn't happen unless you say something about it, right? So like if this was like never shown prior, you could imagine what it would have been like on launch, right? On launch day. So let's go over at least in this particular instance, and this test server and this build, let's go over like what is going on and what it means, right? I'm sorry about the webcam, by the way. It's very sunny right now. I try to do my best. Okay, so first things first, Solarta, right? Big dub that there is a daily quest. We wanted to see that because Maple C got that. You get your 3 Solarta, which is 600 energy per day, 200 energy each, and 12 fragments as well that are transferable within account. Big dub. Now, where this gets overshadowed, right? Huge L on the big dub is that there is a daily cap that you can farm, okay? Let's not misunderstand that you can get like 400 Soul Urda, because Soul Urda and Soul Urda energy are two different things. It takes 1000 Soul Urda energy in order to create 1 Soul Urda, and you can only hold 20 Soul Urda at a time. If you do not use it with the fragments that you have, you are you're losing out pretty much, right? Like you can't like then if you don't have the fragments, even if you do your daily, you're not going to gain any more Soul Urda because you have you only have 20 max, right? So with that in mind, you can only grind 400 Soul Urda per day. Now with the daily, that is 1000 Soul Urda energy, right? Sorry, Soul Urda energy, not Soul Urda, but Soul Urda energy. So that is 1000, which is 1 Soul Urda per day, right? This might not be too bad in the beginning, but this is very bad long term. Maplestory is an infinitely grindy game, right? And imagine if if we got 5th job, right? And Nexon said, oh yeah, you're only allowed to farm 10 or 20 nodes a day, and after that, even if it drops in front of you, you're not allowed to loot it, right? Arbitrarily limiting this system and not allowing players to be able to grind out 6th job, the new content in the game. Like, what is that? That is absolutely fucking stupid. Excuse me, absolutely stupid. Okay, and on top of that, this doesn't even allow players to be able to catch up to others, right? Like, this puts a well, I mean, it's FOMO, right? If you don't farm your Soul Urda every day, you don't do your daily, you don't do your 400 energy per day, like you will be behind regardless. And even if you are behind and you come later, right, there's no way for you to be able to catch up to other people. So people that have been playing longer than you, right? Well, in some systems it's like this, but generally speaking, there's a way to catch up, right? So people that have already been playing, right, are just going to have be light years ahead of you, because of this arbitrary cap, right? And for better or for worse, we've made it to Inven. The GMS community has been completely turned upside down. I'm sure we've seen this image already, showing that there is a daily amount, at least in the current test server right now, of 400. And then it was said right here that if you wanted to max all of your 6th job skills, it requires 720,000, Solar Urda energy, which calculates to 4,200. Sorry, maybe I need to speak a little bit slower. 4,200 daily quests, plus 2,800 hunting, 1,080 weekly bosses, up to Kalos, which would be about 8,080 per week, which equals to 420,000, 160 per year, which is about 625 days, right? in order to currently max out what we have, not including Hexastat, not including more mastery cores that are probably to come in this time, right? Which is crazy, right? This is a very stupid limitation that Nexon has put on being able to grind out 6 job, and I really hope that they remove this. Nobody wants this. Even if you are a daily gamer, like even if you say like, oh, I don't care, I wasn't going to grind anyway, why do you want it to take 2 years for you to be able to max out your 6 job, right? Like don't we want to be able to do things a little bit faster than that? Like who says you're gonna even be playing 2 years from now, right? I hope so, right? But still. And then the other thing, right, going back to this post here, I'll get back to the Meso shop, but the white Jade box, right? There are, with the New Age update comes Oz changes. Tower of Oz no longer drops boxes. Instead, you get it from weekly bosses. The very bare minimum is like normal Lomian, which will drop the green box that gives rings from 1 to 3. Then I believe it's the red box from 1 to 4, I think. And the black Jade box is also 1 to 4 at higher rates. And then the white Jade box is supposed to give only level 3 and 4 rings, right? And then unfortunately, in the current build, it does say that the white Jade box gives rings between level 1 and 4. Now, I hope this is just a text error, you know, because I haven't personally confirmed this because this is only like what we saw like in the UI. But if we actually got a box to drop and it only gave like a 3 or 4, but if it somehow gave a 1 or 2, we would know, right? We don't know, unfortunately, and I wish I'd be able to test this out. But I hope that this is a just a text error and that it does give, you know, between level only level 3 and 4 rings. But this is extremely important because with no way to legitimately farm boxes anymore from Tower of Oz, getting like your Roar 4, Continuous 4, Weapon Jump 4, whatever, Risk Taker, it's going to be significantly harder now, right after this change, right? Like, this is supposed to be a new age of Maplestory, the biggest update ever, okay? Not nerf age, okay? Not sewage, okay? As people are calling it. Like, we're sort of like, this is supposed to be fun, exciting. We're supposed to like get into the game again and just be able to grind out all this power, all this strength. But it doesn't, at least in this particular build, that doesn't seem to be the case. So you know, again, test server, okay? So we definitely don't want this, okay? We want our level 3 and 4 rings. Why are these changes being made to the game that Korea didn't get, that are seemingly making the game worse for us, okay? Which is crazy. Not to mention, I should mention that the white Jade box drops from like really hard bosses, right? Like you know, Kaling, like, you know, hard mode Cal, extreme modes, right? Hard black mage, and you do all these like end game bosses just for a chance to get a level 1 Oz ring. Really? I don't think so. Okay. Next, let's talk about the Meso shop price inflation, which still hasn't been addressed. They decided to, you know, double Fairy Heart from 2 to 4 bill. Right, flames cost more than in KMS. Why is this still a thing? We still don't have an answer, honestly. Arbitrarily increased for no reason, right? Just because there's an inflation going on IRL, there needs to be an inflation going on in game. Clearly, like, both GMS and KMS are a bit different in regards to their respective servers and how they operate, but it would be nice to have like an actual reason as to why this is going on and why this is happening, right? So, you know, give us a reason, right? Give us a reason. Next thing, whew, big, okay. Frenzy Totem and instance maps. Okay, on one side, dub, right? Instance maps. We wanted this, right? Because there's a lot of people that are going to be playing the game. But this was under the impression that we would have been able to like grind Solar forever, you know, or like as much as we want, right? Not that we were going to be limited to only 400 a day. Oh, and sorry about my cam. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. It is what it is at this point. So you know, we have instance maps coming to the game. That's cool, but why if there is a daily cap on Solar? At that point, there's no reason to. You're gonna grind for 15 to 20 minutes, and then you're gonna fuck off. You know, like that's it. You're not gonna do anything else. Now, you might grind for EXP and whatnot, sure, but like the main thing, New Age, is going to be Solar, right? And you're no longer able to do that. On top of that, with Reg server, and I know a lot of people on GMS play Reboot, right? We're all mostly Reboot players. However, I can't stress enough how important Frenzy Totem is to Reg server, okay? And so it's not like, oh, like cry about it, wang, you know, you're losing your Frenzy Totem or whatever. Okay, sorry about that. It's not some, it's you know, it's the principle that like Frenzy Totem is literally the glue that keeps Reg server together. Our Reg servers are not as populated or as popular as Korea, okay? Our markets are significantly worse, and Frenzy Totem is one of those things that keeps Reg server together, that keeps people wanting to play Reg server and not move to Reboot. Does Nexon really want to just make everyone migrate from Reg server to Reboot and or quit their game? Right, with limiting, we already know that Frenzy Totem was gonna be limited at 300 plus, right? Now it's gonna be limited at 260 plus, right? Out of nowhere, you know? No warning, no Maple memo, out of nowhere, okay? And then on top of that, you know, we have like, you know, eventually like 5-starter ring is going to be affected by this. But also like not affected by this, but you know, we have like bod, ring of torment, right? Lucid earrings, all that stuff also being limited in the future. And this is one of the main reasons why I started focusing more on Reboot. Like I started pivoting to Reboot like a long time ago because I did not agree with these changes that were coming, you know, that we knew from like TMS already, right? For like 300 plus, I didn't want to deal with this. Okay. So while I still have all my stuff on Reg server, you know, I still have everything. Like, you know, I pivoted my content over to Reboot because I definitely enjoyed the game a lot more than eventually knowing that I'm going to be limited and I'm going to be, what I'm looking for? I'm going to be punished for playing the game long term, right? With like losing my ability to do my frenzy, my bod, my lucid earrings, etc, etc, etc. Like that's what makes the game fun for me in Reg server. And I'm also going to show this like screen grab real quick. This is from my own guild in Reg server, right? Our leader, you know, saying like, hey all, amidst all the talk about Reg server and people moving to the new Reboot Hyperion, DM me or say somewhere if any of you would be interested in a guild over there because I'll be leveling a character, right? People are legitimately considering and thinking and selling off stuff because they want to now go over to Reboot. This also, you know, the new Reboot Hyperion server is a fresh start, ground zero. Everyone starts at the same, you know, level. More of a reason to go there than to already an established Reboot server like Kronos, right? So like people are thinking like bro, like we're not even going on to like move over one by one. Like we're gonna move guilds over, you know, to Hyperion potentially, because we don't like these changes that are happening to our server, right? To Reg server. This is extremely important, and Nexon should definitely think about this twice, about, you know, limiting Frenzy Totem, about just even including instance maps on Reg server. Just don't include instance maps on Reg server. I don't know if that's possible, if the technology is there, but don't do it. We don't need it, okay? You know, Reboot might need it, right? Because the majority of people play there, you know, and there's a lot of people that play there. But Reg server, like, we're not KMS, okay? Like, you don't have to be locking out Reg servers, blocking off creation because there's too many people playing. There aren't, okay? Simple enough. Don't do this, okay? Need to take a breath. Okay, something I didn't know about is like the 100% ICOGs and white cubes, right? Apparently, like, we're not getting white cubes in Reg server for the Identisk Island, like one of the rewards. I believe it's in like I think it's the weekly shop or the meso shop or whatever it was, that they're not including this. But also, ICOGs were changed to be 100% from event shops in Korea, but apparently we only have 60%. I didn't see this because I don't have a Reg server character on the test server. So this was probably shown by like one of the other Beam Brigade members, right, that is on reg server and plays on reg server. But this is also like a huge blow because like the main reasoning, and if you want some context to this, I mean, white cubes, we've had them before KMS, but they are black cubes for bonus potential, really nice and really helpful. It's for not like roll away 2-line attack and hopefully get something better. So that's just like a nice quality of life, you know, just to include that in an event and like give us a couple, like we're not even talking about like 100, but like they're giving us a couple like 10 or 20 to be able to just like use, you know, and have fun with. But the 100% ICOGs, you have to understand that the best way to scroll in this game is through ICOGing, right? Incredible Chaos Scroll of Goodness, which can give a maximum stat of +6, right? At a 5% chance, right? 5% or 6% chance to get that. Right, and add to that like the 60% chance they needed to succeed, and you need to use things called return scrolls, which cost almost $6 each, right? So you're using $6 to potentially fail a scroll, right? And if you fail that scroll, the return scroll gets used. Okay, it's not like oh, you just like try again. It gets used, so you're burning $6 every time you fail a 60% ICOG. Right, and then when it succeeds, right, you have that 6% chance to get +6 into a random stat that you might not even need. So having those 100% ICOGs, you're at least you're not burning money. Like every time you use $6, the scroll passes, you have your percentage chance to get what you want, to be able to land, to be able to perfect your gear. Right, that is the point. That is important, and we should have this in our game. In our event shops. I'm not talking about from boss shops, you know, because those are still 60% and whatever, but in event shops, right, Korea changed this because they realized this to be a problem. So why is this not a problem for us, right? We clearly have the same issue. We do not want to keep burning money for no reason. Okay, that's funny to say, right? Because we do, but that's besides the point. Okay, I'm talking about for a legitimate reason. Okay, that's also not a good reason, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. Sorry, I'm being cringe. 100%, right? In this particular case, you know, scrolling your gear, perfecting your gear, being able to get really good stats, like we shouldn't have to burn our NX and burn our money on scroll failures. Okay, they demonstrated this with the spell trace change that we got, you know, 100% innocent scrolls, 100% clean slate scrolls, right? And whatnot. Like we got that, but why are we not getting this? You know, again, test server, but why? It's kind of weird. Oh man, and last but not least, Maplestory censoring. I think this I have a bit of a different opinion on, and I might get some backlash for. But you know, in the Friday live stream, the moderator censored Frenzy Totem and Red Familiar cards in different forums, in its different forms. Sorry, not forms, forms in the live stream. And okay, basically they did not want you to talk about this, right? I think context matters, and there's like a time and a place for everything. Their goal was to be able to showcase the New Age update, what is coming, and Frenzy Totem and Red Familiar cards are nothing new when it comes to being talked about in the community, right? So they didn't want to, you know, I don't want to speak for them, but they didn't want them to, you know, have this overshadow, right? The moment and the event that was the live stream, the 1 hour live stream. You have other places to be able to complain about this, like Reddit, like the Discord and the suggestions feedback, not in general chat, and suggestions feedback. You have the official Maplestory forums as well, which is the best place to voice your feedback, which a lot of us don't really use anymore, but it's what Nexon Korea likes, and it's what they want to see, right? They want to see us posting there and posting our grievances there rather than, you know, complaining and crying on Reddit. It is what it is. Reddit's not an official Maplestory forum. Okay, so I just think, like, in regards to censoring, there's a time and a place for everything, and they just didn't want that overall moment to be, you know, just drowned out by people spamming and talking about Frenzy Totem or Red Familiar cards, even though these are very important issues going on right now. Don't get me wrong, they're very important and they should be talked about, but again, I think there's a time and a place for everything, right? So even if you wanted to show, like, you know, the state of the game and, like, you know, just how bad it is in these particular issues, you can do that elsewhere, okay? Or I mean, you can still do it on the stream, just like not in that particular moment, right? So it is what it is, you know. You'll have that take on that. But also I wanted to add that you know, with limiting like what you could say, they probably just don't have the answer, right? So like everyone's just spamming about like, because when people are asking about this, they're asking for answers, right? It's like, why are you doing this? Why is this not in the game, right? They don't know, right? They don't. So you have to understand that you spamming that, like getting thousands of messages, per second and spamming that isn't going to help the situation, because they're just sitting there and thinking to themselves like, we can't answer this, right? Like we just don't know. So it puts them in a very frustrating position, and obviously we are very frustrated as a community. So again, I think it just boils down to there's a time and a place for everything, right? So by all means, do what you got to do and let them know what they need to know, right? As to what is going on in the game right now. On top of that, I would like to direct you guys over to this, which I'll link in the description, and I'll probably pin a comment as well down below about the suggestions, feedback, and request channel on the official Maplestory forums. Kappa made a post already about the solar to cap, and you could also talk about other things that I talked about in this video, or other things you might have seen, right? But vote for this. The clip is here. Talk about what you think, right, under this thread, because Nexon wants to see this, right? They don't want to see you on Reddit. They don't care about you being salty and complaining on Reddit, which is still valid. Don't get me wrong, still valid, but they want to see this. They want to see this. They want you to go to the suggestions and feedback on Discord, and make sure you upvote all the posts talking about this. Excuse me. And make your own posts. Just telling them why this is such a big deal, right? If you think this is such a big deal. So that kind of goes over what is currently going on as of right now, before the New Age update goes live, and some issues that really need to be addressed by Nexon. It is the weekend, so we might not see many answers right now, but hey, let's see what people are saying right now. Let's see.
They thought they could play with the WAPs, bro. They thought they were. Next time they ain't gonna test it out. Next time they're gonna fucking not test a daily cap, bro, and try to hide it. That's the thing, bro. Yeah. You want answers now? Why not just you could solve all of this right now. Just fucking make a post and saying, guys, this was not intended. And
people are not happy. All right, people are not happy. Nexon needs to do something about this. All right. Let whoever at Nexon, right? You gotta let the people know who are in charge of this, right? That they need to do something about this. And whoever needs to hear it needs to hear it. Okay, get it to the right person so they can make the right changes and make the right decisions for our game, so it's not ruined. Okay, we don't want to go into New Age fucking defeated, and just with all these nerfs in the game. We want to be able to enjoy the brand new update, enjoy 6 job, being able to grind for what we want to grind for, and get stronger together. Like we all just want to get stronger, have a nice time, have a fun time, and continue to play this game a little bit longer. Okay, not be arbitrarily capped by what you decided is a good number when it's not, because at this point it's gonna take us forever to be able to cap this stuff out, and that's what we're looking for. Okay, that's the mentality that's what's in store for us, and that's what we want out of the game. So Nexon, please just say something. All right, do something about this. So it's not super frustrating going into New Age. And let me know what you guys think down in those comments below about anything that I've talked about anything here on this post. Let me know what you guys think down below, because that feedback is also extremely important, which I can relay over to Nexon, that they can read themselves as well. Because as a part of Beating Brigade, I feel like it's my duty and my job to also talk about these things in order for them to be able to do something about it, right? Regardless of how much it might matter, right? I'm not saying that it matters a lot. It should matter a lot, but I'm just saying that for whatever it is, right? For whatever it means, just let me know what you think, okay? And then I'll be sure that they see it. So thank you guys for watching. Really do appreciate it. Not the most positive video in the world, but it was need to be said. And I will see you all in the next one. All right. Thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please like, comment your favorite part, and subscribe to the channel. Big thanks to Rooney, Eric Guritti, Justice, Isle of Apple, JP, Joshua Alvarez, Picolneer, Mr. On Arc, Restrict, and Little Joke for being members and supporting the channel. Hit that join button down below if you'd like to become a member to support the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.